to move to another office, I could kill them. So that's a means at my disposal, but it's not a means that I'm supposed to use. So you might have a means at your disposal that's immoral or unethical or illegal, or you might have a means that's spiritually damaging. Maybe your means for counteracting the disturbance would damage your spiritual life. So I've seen this. I might have given this example before. I saw a devotee who wanted to do a Food for Life program, and he wanted to expand it to include a homeless shelter. But he didn't have any money, and he tried in many ways to earn the money, and then he found he could get a government grant. But in order to get this government grant, he had to partner with other religious organizations, and he couldn't forbid the breaking of the regulative principles in the shelter. So in order to achieve his objective, he had to violate spiritual principles. So if your means for counteracting is sinful or immoral, or it's going to harm you spiritually, if the way to overcome this obstacle is I have to give up chanting my rounds because I don't have any time anymore. So then you say, okay, I have a means, but it's not a means I want to use. It's a means that's going to be more harmful. And then you just surrender. You say, okay. Like that. But whether you're resisting the event or not resisting the event, your mood is still surrender. You should not be resisting the event with kartahamiti mandite anmiti, through my intelligence and political connections and strength. I am conquering this obstacle. No, none of my things work. Okay, I surrender. I don't want to surrender, but oh well. Guess I gotta surrender. If you have the means at your disposal and they're moral, ethical, legal, spiritual, you say, Krishna, thank you for giving me intelligence, thank you for giving me the ability. Whatever you want to happen, let it happen. I surrender every moment to you. And if you don't have the means, then you say, Lord, whatever you want to happen, happen. I surrender every moment to you. You have, say some of my favorite stories. You've got Bhima. So, right, there's this decision, an Uddhava's suggestion, that the way to kill Jarasandha was to have Bhima fight him in a one-on-one duel. You all know that story, right? Yeah. So in order to do the Rajasuya, you had to conquer all the kings. And all the kings voluntarily surrendered except for Jarasandha. So Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima went to see Jarasandha. They dressed up as brahmanas, which was all Uddhava's plan. And then they asked for a duel. Now, Bhima was the strongest person on the planet. And Krishna's standing right next to him. And Krishna told him to fight with Jarasandha, and then he would kill Jarasandha. Okay? So you've got your thing you want to do, your service you want to do. Landanishwara personally has walked up to you and said, do this service. And he's walked off the altar and he's followed you while you're doing the service. And he's standing right next to you while you're doing the service. Okay? And it's not working. So how many days did Bhima fight with Jarasandha? 28 days. And he was the strongest person on the planet. So I'm sure he was pretty confident. I'd be pretty confident. He was the strongest person on the planet. There's God standing right next to you. And he's telling you to do this. And he was applying all of his strength and intelligence and skill, and it wasn't working. This wasn't working. And he didn't give up. He didn't give up. And every day he's fighting. And nothing's happening. And at the end of 28 days, he says, I don't have the Shakti. I can't do it. I can't overcome this obstacle. Na Shakti. I can't defeat Jarasandha. Na Shaktoham Jarasandham, Nirjaitam Yudimadava. Nirjaitam. I cannot become victorious Yudi in battle, O Madhava. And then Krishna, Abhyayam, Swain the Tejasa, his own Tejas. He infused Bhima with his own Tejas. And he did something else. What else did he do? Yeah, he took some grass or some twig. He didn't even say anything. He didn't say, okay, Bhima, let me tell you the story. So there was this witch, and he didn't do that. He just infused it with his own power, and he went like this. Get it? And then he was successful. That's also surrender to Krishna. And sometimes you're successful, but sometimes you surrender to Krishna and you're not successful. You have Gatokacha, Bhima's son, Hidimba. He was half Rakshasa. He was a hybrid. Right out of a science fiction story. Human alien hybrid who saves the world. Seriously. So he comes on the battlefield and he was fighting Rakshasa style, which meant the fighting went on into the night. Normally they didn't fight at night. And he was stepping on the Kurus, and it was really getting distressing for the Kurus. So Karna had this Shakti weapon. That's a whole other story, how he got this Shakti weapon, specifically to kill Arjuna. And the Shakti weapon didn't have any counter weapon. Prabhupada says every weapon has a counter weapon, but Shakti weapon didn't have a counter weapon. And he was saving it to use against Arjuna. And Krishna likes to respect the laws of the universe. So if the Shakti weapon is thrown at Arjuna, Arjuna's going to die. So Gatokacha caused such a disturbance that Duryodhana says to Karna, just use your Shakti weapon on this guy. And Karna says, I can't. If I do that, I only have one use. It's a disposable. One use only. I won't get it again. I won't be able to kill Arjuna. We'll lose everything. I don't care, just kill this guy. So Gatokacha's service was to die. That was his service.